It is not the mountains that we conquer, but ourselves. Sir Edmund Hillary.
Yeah, it just looks like a perfect spot for a big old ram, doesn't it?
It's a big climb to get there. To get to the top of that black brim. Once you get there, and if the rams are there, you got them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no shortage of sheep. It's the ram equation. Just gotta find one. Just one.
All hunters must be optimists, but sheep hunters, they must be true believers, possessing the kind of faith that moves fog, if not the mountains themselves. There cannot be quit, not even doubt. It's all about moving forward. You must do what is required, and that's your emotional contract from the outset.
Back in the saddle again. Horses are a blessing and a curse. I've done a lot of horse hunting over the years, and I've had some rough experiences with horses in Canada and Alaska, but I gotta say, these were some of the best horses I've ever seen. And we rode and rode and rode, and we went into some of the most stunning landscape. I mean, all around you is this postcard view, but we're going into just wild, wild country, big sheep pastures on both sides. Looks like good sheep country up there. Then we get to the end of the valley, and there's this lone boar grizzly just down by a lake. Yeah, a beautiful bear, huh?
Yeah, big old hump on him.
Starts snowing, and it's like something out of a Jack London poem. You feel like you're in the North Country. This is wild country. Feels like winter is just gonna descend on this landscape and paint it in its ermine coat for the rest of the winter, and you're gonna get stuck up here. And there's all sorts of fun thoughts that go through your mind, but it's just like you feel like you're the first person that's ever seen that landscape. And how many people can say they've been to a place where they feel like man has never walked?
And your spirit lifts when you walk in the clouds. And why wouldn't it? You're that much closer to heaven.
We'll just find a spot here and dig in for a while.
The sheep are gonna come running right to us.
This weather will have them pushed down pretty low.
Yeah. Would you find them in the trees?
Probably.
Yeah. That'd be pretty slick. Have one step out from behind the trees. I saw one or two go in front of that one. One was a little lamb. I didn't see the other one.
Yeah, it was a lamb that went first.
Yeah.
I don't know, we're kind of getting weathered out again here, pal. I think maybe we'll just drop back in the timber here and hope for the best.
We find sheep, just not the right sheep. But for now, time remains on our side. Fire can transform a spike camp, and even a hunt, from an experience of survival and drudgery to one of comfort and optimism. Add 2 fingers of Jack Daniels to the fire, and your inner poet is awakened. And stories of every mountain hunt from my youth and Cam's began flowing freely.
No matter how sophisticated you may be, a large granite mountain cannot be denied. It speaks in silence to the very core of your being. Ansel Adams.
There's something about getting into the mountains. When you hunt mountain critters, I mean, it's a very different kind of hunt. You've got to reprocess everything about the hunting world that you know. I mean, you got to have patience, you got to have persistence, and you got to do what's required, quite frankly. You just have to say, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get to that sheep. All right, so somewhere between here and there, there's a legal ram, huh?
These basins here are good. Last time we were here, there was rams in here again.
Yeah, looks
So you just kind of got to pick your way along and just go slow, and because it's all pretty open, we're pretty exposed here.
Yeah.
One of my favorite sayings, and I say it to myself all the time, let your eyes do the walking. And that's the biggest part about sheep hunting.
Keep thinking we're gonna pop over a ridge and there's gonna be a big old full coral ram sitting there. It's gonna be there. Hunters have to be optimists.
9 days without seeing a legal ram. So what do? We do what's required. We head back up the mountain, but only to find the slopes draped in a blanket of fog.
You know, sometimes when they can't get the horse up the mountain, you become the horse. A hell of a trip down, but we got a ram spotted over that mountain. We're gonna go back to base camp, hang out tonight, reset, get over there tomorrow. It's about a 6-7 hour ride. And hopefully that ram is still there, because it sounds like it's a good ram, but it's been a few days since they first spotted it. One hell of an adventure.
You kind of lose track of days up here. We were on day 8 or day 9. We hunted this out. Weren't finding what we needed, what we were looking for. And so we were making the move. So we actually come right by this spot and headed down about another hour and a half and looked back up on the ridge where we had already been. Actually, we just come off there. And there's rams there. Right up there, eh? The sun on the snow.
How would you get up there? Same way we went up yesterday?
Probably back around, yeah. This is too steep.
What's the prognosis?
Well, I'd say we better get up there.
Yep.
Trying to climb that on foot today with that snow on the mountain, that would be a real test.
Well, after 10 days, looking pretty good to me. And they're definitely rams. One's for sure legal, maybe 2. Third one's probably a young one, so we're trying to figure out if we're gonna go back to the camp that we just left, which will take us 4 or 5 hours to get up there. We might get a crack at these sheep this afternoon. And these are the first legal rams we've seen 10, 11 days, so optimism is running high now.
Thousands of tired, nerve-shaken, over-civilized people are beginning to find out that going to the mountains is going home, that wilderness is a necessity. John Muir.
Well, I'd say we better get up there.
Yep.
With the way the wind was, we had to go up high and around, and kind of come back on them. We're close. They might only be like maybe 200 yards. Hour and a half of daylight. So if we have to wait them out a little while, we can. Look at them first. I don't see them there. It's a tricky mountain hunt, very tricky. Rolls away from you. There's a burn down below. Excellent grass down in there, so they could have ended up down in the burn, which it's tough hunting. If they drop down in the trees here, they're gonna be very tough to find. If they are still right here on this hillside, I don't want to get down out there and expose ourselves.
It's hard to know. There's tracks everywhere.
I mean, if we knew they were dropped down that low and they were over, you know, I'd go in a heartbeat, but if they're still in here, and we're out there, we're in trouble. I can't imagine they left, you know, with these ewes hanging around. I think we'll just cut across and see all we can do. These are fresh. Those are big tracks. Makes you wonder if they just dropped down below that ledge right there. Above the timber, but just below that ledge. I don't know. I think we need to just get out of here tonight. Yeah, come back in the morning. Something just ran that way. Was that you over here? Something just bolted over here, left to right. Heading out that way. Left to right. Yeah. Call it. Little one. Huh? Which one? Last one. Did that happen?
Did that just happen? Oh my God. That's still in disbelief, but it's right there. I mean, what an unbelievable hunt, man. Come here, boy. Way to go, guys. God bless you. This is unbelievable, man.
Chris has such great hunter instinct. I mean, I just about didn't need to be there when the time come. He was on it.
What a beautiful animal, huh?
Look at the cape on that.
Look how dark he is. Isn't he something? Good night. And look at that sunset, man. Good at him.
And we're done. Almost.
Except for the hard work.
I've never seen someone set up that quick and just nailed them.
At the end, when you're on top and you have your hands on that ram, and you know, that's a special part about bighorn hunting.
God, what a fully bugger.
Beautiful cape. Beautiful animal.
That is just freaking spectacular, isn't it?
Exhaust your strength and your emotions with umpteen climbs to find a ram, and after 11 days, finally take it? Well, that's a euphoria only known to the sheep hunter. Sheep hunting, in my experience, is not what I would call fun at all, but it is rewarding on a scale unmatched by any other hunt the world over.